Sport Fishing on the Fly is brought to you by Maui Jim Sunglasses. First Tellurium Corp., the future of mining. And Hardy Rods and Reels.
Good day, folks. Today I'm going to tie you up a nice little blue wing olive pattern. This simple pattern to tie, which needs to be because they're small. This is going to be a size 18, which is pretty common for the size dry fly. Most tyers, including myself, didn't want to attempt to tie these little guys. Always buy them because they're hard to tie. But here's some materials I found here that make the job a little easier for you. So let's go over the materials. I'm going to be using a size 18 Tamco 100 dry fly hook. I'm going to be using some good thread here. It's important. I'm going to use some 12-aught Nano silk from Semperfly, an olive color. Also from Semperfly that makes this fly really work easy is the Kapok dubbing. It's a blue wing olive color. And this is actual floating, high floating dubbing. It's 30 times the weight is what it'll float. It was used to make life preservers out years ago. The wing, I'm going to be using some CDC puffs in light dun. And the tailing fibers, I'm going to use some of these Betts tailing fibers in medium dun. And that's it. So let's get one of these little rascals in there. And a good thing to do sometimes when you're tying, just to kind of get used to it, tie a little bigger one, just kind of get used to handling your materials and your flies. Here's a 16, which is still a small fly, but could be considered too big for a blue wing olive. 18s, 20s are good. Okay, got hook in there. Get my thread. Just lies down so nice and flat on the shank here. Some good scissors there to cut that off. Then we'll bring in some fibers here, microfibers. Got 4 there. I just need a couple. There's 2 or 3. That's fine. Get them kind of measured on there where I want them. Hold it at a nice angle here because they're going to be a little slippery. Pull them down to my body there. Now when I come around the back, I want to make sure I split these tails. Barely see it. They're split. With my thread. Okay. Come around behind. Pull them up. There, they're locked in right on top of the shank. They're a little bit crooked. They don't have to be 112% straight there. In my opinion, they'll sit down, look good. Okay, now I'm just going to use my rotary vise to dub this body. I can get it a little thinner with that. Now this Nano silk, you might want to put a little wax on here to dub it by hand. Make sure I don't have any lumps in my Kapok dubbing. I'll just start winding this down. Just barely over the shank, or the thread I should say. There we go. Right to the end again here, to the end of the body. Just where it didn't want my tail to start rolling on me there. There we go. We just work ourselves forward till about 3/4 of shank of the hook. Nice small body there, and that really floats. This is a game changer if you want to tie small flies. You can bring a nice little CDC puff in. CDC also floats. Soft turn, and I make sure I check. I don't want it too long. So both materials I'm using right now are natural floatant. Sure tie my butts down there good. I'll bring in a little more of my Kapok dubbing. I'm just going to roll that on my fingers for the thorax. That can be a little bit heavier there. Bring a whip finish in. Nice thin thread. These Simplify threads just lie down so nice and neat. Like tiny little dry flies that breeze. And there it is. Nice little blue wing olive. Say that you'll definitely want these little flies. They're very hard to tie. But with those materials I've showed you, it's going to make your job much easier. These flies will fish very, very well. So you'll be using some light tippets, small dry fly rods. You might be on a 4-weight or even a 3-weight. You can fish them with 5s if that's what you have, fine. But you're going to be down to some, very small 6, 7X tippets and so forth. And you're really, really going to have a lot of fun fishing these blue wing olive hatches. They're very prevalent, and the fish will definitely be keen in on them. So if you don't have any of these on you and you hit a blue wing olive hatch, you might be in for a lot of casting practice. So get to tying these smaller flies and get your boxes filled up, and hope you have another great season next year. Thanks for watching.